up, gang? Man, I was gonna do a separate video on this. The United Nations is trying to pass a resolution to ban lolly shit. Okay? They're trying to ban lolly anime, drawings, porn, all the shit that depicts little girls in a sexual manner. And I was going to do a video about it. But one of the disgusting lolly creeps of the anime community, Lost Paws, made a video. So I said to myself, I've done a video on him before where he was defending lolly crap and people fucking little girls and pictures of little girls sucking dick and all this other shit. You know, he's defended all this kind of lolly shit because he say it's just art. So I decided, you know what, instead of doing a video on it, I would just look at his video and show you guys how disgusting he is. This guy is a lolly bait, lolly porn defender. He is 100% down with that shit. I am 100% opposed to anything that depicts little children in a sexual manner. I don't give a fuck if it's a drawing or not. It's still a depiction of a child. This dude is a sicko. And he lies immediately as soon as the video starts.
Is trying to outlaw anime.
First things first, that is a straight up lie. They are not trying to outlaw anime. They're trying to outlaw people putting little girls in sexual positions and sexual clothing and sexual situations in anime. They're not trying to ban anime as a whole. So that's the first lie that he told.
Essentially trying to outlaw it.
Then he changed it to essentially. So basically what he's saying is he can't watch anime unless it has lolly bait in it, pretty much. So if they take all the lolly shit out of anime, how's that going to stop you from watching anime? Unless you need to see this lolly crap. I mean, the guy has Pikachus and Eevees and shit in his room. So, you know, I'm just saying.
You'll be a criminal if you like anime.
Once again, he is completely lying. He knows goodness damn well that the bill is specifically targeted at sexualizing children. He knows this. He is flat out lying.
Or more specifically, if you like anything that has underage characters in anime.
Once again, another lie. It does not say underage characters. It says underage girls being depicted in a sexual manner. So once this man, listen, this guy loves lolly stuff. Like, go look at his channel. He loves it. So he's trying to make this new bill out that they're making to be a bad thing so he can keep whacking off the little girls. The fact of the matter is, that's not what the bill is at all. He is straight lying.
And I'm not just saying anime specifically as in the animation. Oh no, this extends to drawings, sculptures, and even...
You notice what he put up on the screen. Lolly stuff. It does not cover anything except the shit that's on his screen. That's all it covers.
Writing itself. So even if you...
No, all it covers is lolly shit. Sexualizing little girls. Like showing panty shots and all that other shit that lolly stuff is good for. That's what it's targeting. How could anybody be against a law that says stop drawing pictures of little girls in a nasty fucking way? Who could be against that except somebody who's a fucking pedophile?
If you read that light novel stuff, you could get in trouble. But
once again, pedo here. He should call this, instead of calling himself Lost Paws, he should be Lost Pedo. Because he's only complaining about this law because he wants to keep his lolly trash.
But let's just get into the facts right now.
Why does the anime community gotta be so sick? Why do you guys love little girls so fucking much? Like, I just want to know, why is there so many of you fucking perverted, pedophile dudes in the anime community? Why so many of y'all so in love with seeing little girls in mini skirts and in panties and shit? What is wrong with y'all? God, man, this irritates me, man. As a dad, this fucking pisses me off because I can't stand this. All these fucking grown ass dudes wanting to stare at pictures of little girls. Y'all some sick fucks, man. Sick ass dudes.
Now, before I give, my opinion, because I know you guys all like my opinion, shout out to the website One Angry Gamer that made this very concise and easy for me to read.
All lolly shit should be banned. I don't give a shit. It should be banned. Why would you want to sit around looking at or drawing pictures of little girls wearing sexual clothes? Why? Go get a girlfriend.
Did go on to the website itself to see what was going on, and that is about the operation dubbed Operation Protocol of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's or OPSC. What a freaking mouthful that is.
See how he's being condescending and trying to make it seem like the United Nations are the bad guys here? He's trying to make it seem like they are the bad guys, when the actual bad guys are the people like him who want to see these disgusting pictures of little girls. He's the real bad guy here. I want to make sure y'all understand that. He is the real bad guy.
But anyway, they made a draft on law enforcement that basically centers around human trafficking, solicitation.
Look at how much lolly crap he has in that room. Look at the picture on the floor back behind him. Look at all this lolly crap in it. Fucking pictures of fucking Pokemon and shit. Or teddy bears of Man, come on. Why does anybody follow these creepazoids? You a creep. The fuck you doing with all these teddy bears and pictures of little girls?
Child prostitution, and just a widespread of anything related to bad things happening to children. And that's cool. Like, I could get behind that.
This dude look, act, and sound like a pedophile. I'm just gonna go on and call it.
That kind of thing. And until you start reading a little bit more on what they consider bad. And I also like to point out that
it's all bad if it involves children in a sexual light. It's all bad. I don't give a damn what they ban as long as it keeps people from sexualizing children. That's all that matters.
Trying to voice your opinion against stuff like this oftentimes makes you look bad.
It makes you look like a pedophile. That's why I'm calling you one, because it makes you look like a pedophile. Most of you guys in the anime community are fucking pedophiles. I have said it repeatedly, because you do shit like this to prove that you are. Fighting against a law that prevents people from sexualizing children makes you a pedophile.
Doesn't, because you're against child protection laws. You're like, yeah.
Yes, you are, and you're a pedophile.
If you go against that, people are gonna go like, what's wrong with this man? He's a degenerate.
No, you're not a degenerate. You're a pedophile. And I'm going to keep saying that word because more and more people need to speak up against people like this and Digibro and all these other weirdos in the anime community who like seeing little girls naked and shit. People need to speak up against these guys. He's a fucking pedophile.
But that's why you gotta read into the details behind this and make sure they don't violate other essential laws that are in your Constitution. But
there ain't nothing in the Constitution that says you can look at little girls. Nothing. That shit doesn't even originate in this country. That shit is from Japan. Cause in this country, doing that kind of shit should send you to jail. Now I know over in Japan they have that weird sexualized culture where they fucking look at little kids as sex objects, but in this country, you see what's on my shirt? In this country, right here, we don't do that shit, you fucking creep.
The big bad thing that I need to go into is this specific article piece right here where it's saying child pornography is defined in Article 2 OPS as any representatives of child engaged in real or simulated explicit fluffing activities, regardless of the means used, or any representation of the sexual parts for the child or primarily sexual purposes.
Makes sense to me. I mean, how many times have we seen these creeps in the anime community use thumbnails of little girls with panty shots or little girls with stuff dripping off their mouths and shit like that? It's all disgusting. It's all pedophilia. I don't know why in the hell anyone, and I mean anyone, would be against this law. Except for one reason.
The qualification by whatever means reflects the broad range of material available in a variety of media online and offline. It includes, inter alia, visual materials such as photographs, movies, drawings, and cartoons, as well as audio representations, any digital media representation, live performances, written materials, in print and online, and physical objects such as sculptures, toys, or ornaments.
I totally agree with this law in full. Everything that he read off of there, I totally agree with it. Every bit of that should be banned. If it shows or depicts little girls having sex with grown men or being raped or people sexualizing them or them wearing sexual clothes or them doing the upskirt panty shots, I believe it should all be banned. So I don't have a problem at all with this law.
Now do you understand what is wrong with this? This is basically...
There is nothing wrong with it unless you are a pedophile. You have to be a pedophile to be against this law. That's the only excuse you could possibly have. It's not stopping you from creating anime. It's stopping you from sexualizing little girls. And in some cases, little boys. But we all know what lolly shit is. It's mostly little girls being sexualized. It's stopping that behavior. I agree. I am MBA and I approve this message. Let's stop them. Every country should pass this law. America's already been passing laws against this shit. That's why these dudes are having such a hard time getting their rocks off. What a sick fuck this dude is.
Basically saying you can't have any underage stuff in any sort of creative environment.
No, you can't have any underage sexual stuff. You notice how he keeps leaving out the word sexual image. He keeps leaving that word out because they're talking about sexual stuff only. He is so full of shit. What a fucking piece of shit this dude is.
Now, do you understand?
I understand that you want to keep your lolly porn and you're scared that this law is going to pass and take it away. That's what I understand, you sick fuck.
How many anime out there have underage characters, according to like our laws or other laws here, that are depicted in sometimes some sort of fan servicey way? What's that?
It should all be erased. It should all be outlawed. If they're underage and you douchebags are trying to get your rocks off, it should be erased.
You say? Virtually almost all of them? Do you guys know?
Okay, I watch a lot of anime that don't have any of this sexual stuff going on. Why can't he find some anime that ain't doing that? All they're saying is don't sexualize children. That's all they're saying. They're not saying you can't make anime. You can even have children in the anime. It just, they can't be sexualized. Look at Boruto. You know? That's basically about kids. It's about the next generation of ninja. And even though they had that one Chocho episode where she made herself skinny, they wasn't doing the kind of lolly stuff that he wants to keep on the air. What this law does is it prevents people from sexualizing children. That's all it does. Why is he against that?
No Dragon Ball? Well, how many times has young little Goku been depicted naked or...
And I disagree with it. They shouldn't have fucking showed Goku naked. They shouldn't have had Goku pull Bulma's panties off. I don't agree with none of that shit. Never did. And what's your point? Look, I'm sorry, guys. When I say I'm against all that shit, I'm against all of it. And I don't care what they have to remove off the fucking air in order to get rid of it all. I'm against all of it. Even if it's a show I like. If it's showing that kind of shit, take it down.
There's been a little bit of fan service from, say, Gohan or some other characters in.
Didn't agree with none of that shit. Matter of fact, I always skip past all that cringy shit. I don't look at that stuff. I don't want to see these characters naked. Only the sick fucks in Japan and some of the sick fucks in America want to see that.
There too. Well, you know, Dragon Ball would be outlawed there. And
no, they would just make them censor those things. Dragon Ball itself would not be outlawed. Just those images. Once again, he's telling another lie.
At least certain episodes of it. You know all those young harem animes that you see? There's always harem animes out there. Virtually every single one of them.
Stop watching them. There's other anime. You don't have to watch harem shit.
Would be on the bad list. I don't think you could have harem anymore.
Good.
Like that genre would just be outright banned.
Good.
Do you know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Well, yes. A lot of those characters, believe it or not, are underage.
Now, I want to destroy this false equivalency right here. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, these characters are not being presented as sex items. They're not being sexualized on that show. And I've watched that. I hate that stupid show. But look at the two images that he put up. Which one's being sexualized and which one isn't? This is such a false equivalency. This guy is just a straight pedophile. He wants to keep this kind of sick ass shit on the fucking air, and that's all it is to it. There's no other excuse for his behavior here, except he just wants to keep this shit. Sick ass dude. He needs to be in jail.
And sometimes depicted in sexual and other sort of violent means that JoJo would be outright banned.
No, it wouldn't. No, it would not. Only images that show sexual stuff would be banned, not the whole show. He keeps telling that lie. They don't want to take the shows off. They just want the sexualized little girl stuff to be censored off of them. It don't take much to go through and censor a show. They do it on regular television all the time. You can go through and blur that stuff out.
Okay, My Hero Academia, like one of the biggest anime out there, also banned because, you know, they have the girls in cheerleaders.
Okay, there's a difference between having them in cheerleader outfits and then having them wearing little high school upskirt lolly things all the time and the fucking angles always angled on their ass. Come on, dude. We know the difference. Anybody who has watched My Hero Academia knows goodness damn well that it is nowhere near what this dude is trying to defend. There is nothing on My Hero Academia that even seems sexual. This guy, the false equivalencies that he's making is just terrible. Matter of fact, I'm at the 5-minute mark. I don't like to play more than 5 minutes of these people's trash ass videos. This dude is just... Guys, listen. How could you be against a law that says stop sexualizing children unless you are a creep? Simple as that. This Lost Paws dude, Lost Pedo, he just wants to keep looking at his lolly stuff without having to pay the price for it. I hope the United Nations passes this law, and I hope all the countries in the world enact this law and make it fucking law. All this lolly stuff needs to be removed from the internet, from TV shows, from everything. It should all be removed. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Cero, miedo. I'm out.